Welcome to part 2, guys. Let's dig inside the actions panel once again before I actually show you the alternating text behavior, guys. Let me quickly reiterate whatever is there in the actions panel. Imported a couple of classes, guys, the text field and the text format classes. That's fine. Now in line number 5 I've created a variable text format that will hold the format for the text. Okay, I have used an embedded font that I placed in my font variable. I've told Flash that the size of my text should be 18 and I've also created yet another variable called text my text field of the type text field, and I've applied the text format through the default text format property. Okay, made it equal to text format. Text format is nothing but the variable that is holding the text formatting, guys. And then I've added the text field onto the stage through the addChild method. This is the text, okay, that has been added through the dot text property, guys, and through the dot text color property. Text color property, I've added the white color to the font. This is the text field width. These are the this is the placement of the text field x and y coordinates, guys, 50 and 50 each, and the result was, let's say, a control Ent on the keyboard, guys, that some text which is changing and placing some text through actionscript 3 has been placed at coordinates 50 50. Okay, and right, so just a reiteration of part number 1, guys. Now as I said that I would want that this text should change and alternate with some other font. Okay, that was the purpose using the timer class, guys. Let's see how we can actually do that. Okay, guys, if I go into the library right now, there's just one single font, which means I would need, if I need that alternating text or the alternating font behavior, I would want one more font to be out here in the library. That's correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this icon and go to new font, and which means I would need to change I would need to select one more font. The last time I'd selected Sijo print, so this time will be script. Alright, then let me embed it. Let me go to the actionscript tab and also export it. Okay, I'm happy with the name font 2. I'm gonna say okay, and okay once again, ignore the warning. Alright, now I have font 1 and font 2 in the library with an AS linkage done. Cool. Okay, let's go to the actions panel and let's make some change. The first change, guys, that I would want to make is I would want to embed all the ActionScript statements inside a variable my timer. So variable my timer of the type timer, space equals space new timer, guys. Alright, let me fire the timer up after every 400 milliseconds and let it fire endlessly. Alright, once you create a timer, guys, you need to start the timer. So I'm gonna say my timer dot start. Cool. You also need to add an event listener if you've worked with timers before. This shouldn't be a surprise. That's routine. So my timer dot add event listener. The tooltip is really helping me, guys. Timer event dot timer, name of the function, guys, and that's let's say timer handler. Again, that's usually the way we give names, guys. And then function keyword, declaring the function, guys, and then timer handler. Okay, then we have event colon timer event. You need to pass in the event, guys. That's the syntax. Alright, and a colon void curly braces true. Hit enter. Take this second curly brace, take it right at the bottom. Right, so basically, guys, what I've done is I've encapsulated the whole code that I'd written inside a timer function, okay, called timer handler, which is firing off every 400 millisecond, guys. And since every timer needs to be started before it actually becomes functional, I've started the timer in line number 9. Alright, let me test it now. Basically what is happening is it's placing the text, changing and placing some text through ActionScript 3 again and again over itself. that is the why it's becoming, you know, that jagged edges, right? But basically there are no compiler errors, no warnings, so everything is working just the way I wanted it, except it's still not the effect that I want. I would want an alternating font behavior. Okay, how do I do that? Right, since I have two fonts and I would want the fonts to alternate, I would need an if conditional, guys. Right, so I'm gonna say if my timer dot current count, guys. Now what is the current count? Current count is nothing, you see the number of cycle. So the first cycle, the first time the timer fires is current count 1, the second time it fires is current count 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. So basically the cycle that the timer is into. So current count, and then we have the modulo operator by 2 is equal to 0. Let me explain what it means. Basically it says that if you compute my timer dot current count, alright, and divide it by 2, okay, and if the remainder is 0, now that'll happen the second time it fires, the fourth time it fires, the sixth time it fires, the eighth time. See, so the even times it fires. Okay, every even times it fires, it'll have a remainder of 0. The percentage sign is the modulo operator. So my timer dot current count modulo operator 2 is equal to 0 will happen when the cycle or the current count is even. Alright, not when it's odd. That is when I would want my let the variable my font to be equal to new font with a capital F 1. Beg your pardon. New font 1, parent semicolon. Okay, else failing which, if the cycle is not even, else I would want that my font should be made equal to new font 2 parent semicolon. Right, so basically when the first cycle is run, the my font is actually font 2, and the first time the second time the cycle is run, that is when the remainder is 0, the font will be font 1. Let me save, let me test, control enter. Oh, I've got some syntax error. Else is unexpected, and why is that? Alright, right, things are working fine, guys. Alright, so which means that we have the we get the font placed where it should be placed, but the first time the timer fires is font 2, the first time it fires is font 1, and both the fonts are there in the library, guys. They've been embedded in the library. Cool. So it's working just the way I want it, but the only problem is that it's getting placed on top of each other, and I should be able to take care of it. I can take care of it by saying if, another if statement, my timer dot current count, guys, is greater than 1. Right, so the moment it's greater than 1, which is not when the timer fires of the first time, but when it fires of the second time, the third time, the fourth time, so on and so forth. So every time the timer is firing, barring the first time, alright, Flash is supposed to remove child at 0. So basically remove the text field before you actually add it, but don't do it the first time the timer fires. Let me save the file, hit Control Enter on the keyboard to test syntax error. Now what it, okay, let's see, it's better to go wrong. Alright, I needed to put a bracket out here, a curly brace, just again. Alright, lovely. So you have that alternating text behavior, guys. Wonderful. Okay, so the first time the timer fires, you have a different font. The second time it fires, you have a different font. So you are getting a different font for the odd and even cycle of the timer, guys. Awesome. Alright, guys, I'm not so sure that anybody would really want to use this effect. Maybe they would, I wouldn't know, but the main purpose of this tutorial was to teach you ActionScript, to teach you the timer function, to teach you about text formatting, to teach you how to add the the text field, how to format the text field, and how to place the text only through ActionScript, how to add the text color only through ActionScript. Right. So guys, if you had followed tutorial part 1, tutorial part 2, which is this one, shouldn't be too difficult. What was also introduced was the modulo operator, the concept of the remainder. Okay, and this concept of the remainder lets us judge that whether we are in an even timer cycle or in an odd timer cycle. Right. So guys, I'll see you very soon with yet another Flash and ActionScript 3 tutorial. You have a good day. Peace. Bye bye.